Hi, I'm Michael, and I'd like to show you some of the more advanced features of OpenChords today. So let's start off by opening up OpenChords. So one of the things you may have noticed is there's this preferences dialog inside of File, inside of the File menu, and I'm just going to go through what some of these options do. So portable mode, I'm using portable mode at the moment. This keeps all of the application settings in your local folder, so you do not have to, so you can copy the whole program onto a flash drive, or if you want to sync it across via Dropbox and use it on multiple computers, you can also do this via portable mode. The OpenChords data folder, we can see that it's saying one folder down and in the data folder. What this means is this is where we store all of our songs, our sets, and all of that. And what you'll find is all of the songs and sets are stored as individual XML files. So if I go into the songs folder, you'll see each of the songs that I have here is a file, just a standard file. If I open one of these files in Notepad++, for example, I can see it's in an XML format. Next piece that I'd like to look at is OpenSong executable and OpenSong data folder. This is where we can point OpenChords to OpenSong, just if we want to link the two. This is useful if you're using, if you want to export your sets across to OpenSong, so you can project it onto a projector at the end of the day. HTTP server, what this does for us is we can enable the HTTP server and we can set a port. What that will do is it allows an external browser on another device that's on our network to actually link to OpenChords. So what I can do is take this link that I have over here, copy it. I'm going to open a browser, paste this across, and now if I press enter and let me select a song first, go back to the browser, I will now be presenting that song. Now for example, if I'm loading the song Amazing Grace and the other person who is using the program is a pianist, for example, the pianist won't exactly appreciate having to use a capo. So what we can do, well, as it's not possible, what we can do is we can add another little piece to the browser URL. So I'm going to type no capo, and now we have the song in G sharp for the pianist. You'll usually find that most pianists aren't really fond of G sharp, C sharp and that. They tend to prefer flats. So we can add another piece in the URL and just put flats. Let me type that correctly. Let me try again. Flats. And now our pianist will have it in flats. So if they're using a tablet and they're on the same network, they can link to OpenChords externally. And as I switch between songs, it will automatically switch between songs on the tablet. If they want all of the songs that are in the set, they can just change this URL, type set instead of song, and they have the full set that they can go through for all of the songs. The next advanced piece that we have here is sharp and flat preferences. Since I'm a guitarist, I tend to prefer sharps rather than flats. You'll find many pianists tend to prefer flats, as we've already discussed. Key notation language, you can select between English and German notation. I discovered quite recently that in Russia they use different chord notation that we do in the rest of the world, in most of the Western side of the world. So you can switch between English and and German notation for the chords. You can also force the presentation mode to stay on top at all times if you like. This stops other pop-ups from stealing focus. You can use touchscreen mode. This is if you want to, if you're using a touchscreen. Not that relevant anymore since I have implemented swipe-based scrolling. Windowed mode, if you want to, instead of the normal full screen, if you want to display the application in a window. Now, the next three tabs, display settings, print settings, and tablet settings, are all for displaying how the songs are displayed. Now, you can choose whether you want to show the chords, lyrics, and notes. You can also choose whether, if you want to re-show each section of the song, so the verse and chorus, if you have multiple of them, you sometimes only want to show them once to save screen real estate. You can also choose the song orientation between horizontal and vertical mode, so that this is useful. I prefer horizontal mode, so you read from left to right and then you read down from there. You can also change, if we just expand this a little bit, you can change the fonts, the font sizes, and the colors of all of the elements. So if I, for example, wanted my chords to be red, I can do so. I can also choose what I show in the corners over here. So I like to have the title over here. Say you want the title on the left over here, you can do so by just changing these fields around. So if I want the order like that and the song in the top right hand corner, I can just change these things around over here. Print settings, you'll see, work exactly the same as the display settings, so I'm just going to skip over those. Shortcut settings, I have various shortcuts, and in this application you can change them mostly to whatever you want. There are some limitations. Since I am using a browser window that's embedded, you can't. Control A is usually used to select all text, so you would probably not be able to use this shortcut. Lastly, we have user interface settings. So if the font sizes are too small in the user interface, or you don't like the font, you can change it from here. And that's all the advanced settings for OpenChords, and that's it for this tutorial.